Well, good morning on day 22. The last video I shot was way back on day 20. A lot of not much has happened since then. Unfortunately, in fact, the last video was day 19. So unfortunately, the very easy 30k ride into Norseman on day 20 proved to be quite a wet one. Just this long, slow, soaking rain set in, and by the time I reached Norseman, I was drenched through. That was my fault for not whacking on the wet weather gear soon enough. But while I stopped and had a coffee, I looked at the weather and or BOM, and the rain radar was not looking very pretty. So I stopped for the day, which I didn't want to do, but I thought it was the right thing to do. And it turned out the rain was setting in for a second day as well. So I took a rest day. So it was the right thing to do. Didn't want to, but it is what it is. It's not a race. The aim's to get there in one piece. So I did that, and here I am, stopping to take a photograph. Okay, photograph taken. I'm passing through across some of the salt lakes that are out here near Esperance. I was thinking of going via, I think it's Lake King, but I've been advised the road's pretty crappy and it's actually not as scenic as I might have thought. So I've decided to go I guess the traditional way, which is north to, in my case, Coolgardie. I could have gone to Kalgoorlie and across to Coolgardie, but would have been interesting to see, but I'm not that interested, obviously. So I'll go to Coolgardie. I hope to reach Coolgardie tonight. That's 165 kilometers. I left the hotel at 6. Went straight to the Roadhouse for a coffee, so I guess realistically I got away at 6:30 and I need to be off the road by 5. So that's 10.5 hours. As long as I don't hit some horrible headwinds, it should be quite doable. Anyway, I might leave the camera on for a bit. The sun's only just coming up. Probably came up over the horizon about 10 minutes ago. So some pretty incredible lighting on the landscape. Geez, they're up early. So far the road's been very quiet, only a couple of trucks and cars and that caravan. But look, I'll just point the camera around for a sec and then I'll get riding. Yeah, it's very beautiful. In summer you wouldn't be saying it, but so that's, I do know the name. I think it's called Lake Cowan. I saw the name tag or the sign a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's back towards Norseman. I'm only about 3k's from, oh no, I'm 8k's from Norseman. There you go, I've done 8 already. Only 157 to go. Oh. wrong gear. So chances are this bit of vision is going to be as boring as batshit, so hopefully you don't even hear me say that, because hopefully I'll edit it out and edit some of the unnecessary commentary and distance that I rode in order to get close to here. But again, it is the value of I guess going so slowly. I'm trying to sell this to myself, obviously. But yeah, going so slowly, everything moves past slowly. You see a lot more. Instead of it just being another little clump of trees, it can prove quite interesting. Anyway, I reckon that's enough. Well, it's the afternoon of day 22. Just about to hit 100 kilometers. It's just past midday. In fact, it's almost half past 12. So I've just stopped for lunch at Widgie Multha. Widgie Multha. Don't ask me to spell it for you. There's a little roadhouse there. I grabbed a bite of lunch and a coffee. I was about due to stop anyway. I was starting to get fidgety in the seat. So I'm just about spot on 100 k's now. It's not a bad effort by 12:30, including a lunch stop. But I did start riding at 6:30. So like everywhere else, it's there's a lot of hill training around here, a lot of up and down, a couple of steep pitches where I've had to go down gears quite a way. So I'm averaging overall just a little bit under 20, maybe 19 and a half kilometers an hour. The day's been really good to me, considering the rain and the forecast for westerlies, which would be across me from the left. They're there, but it's not much. It really hasn't affected my progress today at all. So thus far today I've been quite lucky. Better wind than what I expected. But hillier road than what I expected. And it's going to be hilly for the next 30 kilometers. And by the looks of it, the next 30 kilometers are going to have more climbing than descending. And once I reach that point with about 40 k's to go, there'll be more downhill than uphill. So it's a matter of getting to this point in about 30 kilometers in good shape, and then bringing it home. It's going to be touch and go whether I get to Coolgardie before the light runs out. Yeah, it won't be much in it, I don't think. So I need to just keep going, but having little rests when I feel I need them. First day after pretty good rest, and I was well fed. There's plenty of energy reserves. But I think the secret for the next 4 or 5 days into Perth is not to tap into those reserves too deeply, especially today. I want to hit the bike tomorrow feeling about as fresh as I did this morning. Well, it's 3:15. I've just done 140 k's, 27 to go to Coolgardie. Again, quite a hilly day's riding, more so than I thought. The wind's been pretty good to me, but you may hear it now. There's a northerly. I'm riding straight into it on a long, probably 1% climb. It's not the most fun I've ever had on a bike, but I just stopped and finished the chocolate I opened this morning, and finished the coffee, the iced coffee that I had this morning as well. I had it in my flask, so it was fine, nice and cold. So I'm just waiting for that sugar to kick in. Assuming it does, and eventually I get a little bit of downhill. I'm sort of hoping or expecting to arrive in Coolgardie right on about 5 o'clock, and that's fine. I'd certainly prefer not to arrive any later. Now it's really up to these hills and the headwind as to whether or not I get in any earlier. But it's been a good day. A lot of cloud cover, as you can see. That's good. Keeping the sort of temperature down and the effects of the sun off me, and therefore my water flow, I suppose. So I've got plenty of water to get to Coolgardie. I'll probably get there with about 3 litres to spare. So that's pretty good. Anyway, I'm going to sit back, relax, and watch the scenery go by. Well, just 10 k's to go to Coolgardie. Oh, I'm wilting. The legs are trying to convince me that I've done enough. But there's 10 to go, so I'll definitely get there before 5. The last 15 k's have been good to me. Really not much wind to speak of at all, and the road became flat. But it's been tough. So for the last 10 k's, I've been promising myself I'd stop at the 10k mark and just shake the legs about, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'll turn the flashing light on my helmet on. I can't take my sunnies off. I'd like to take my sunnies off. It's looking a bit dark through them, but there's a lot of bugs in the air. I think they're March flies. There's thousands of them. So I don't want to risk getting one of those in the eye. So just in case there's traffic coming and I'd suddenly lose my whereabouts. Anyway, it'll be good to get to Coolgardie. I'll try and stay at the caravan park, pitch my tent there. The benefit of that is of getting to Coolgardie is I can have a shower and put some fresh clothes on and grab a feed that I don't cook, and maybe a beer, but don't really feel like one at the moment. Anyway, 10 k's to go. With a bit of luck, that'll be over in probably half an hour, and I'll be off the road.